Why hello there YouTube and welcome to a Who review from me. I am Davros and I am a Whovian, and today I am reviewing Doctor Who, Planet of the Spiders. So this is a six-part serial from 1974 that stars John Pertwee and Elisabeth Sladen, and given that last week's current Doctor Who episode was arachnids in the UK with giant spiders, this strongly reminded me of the serial Planet of the Spiders, and I thought, hey, I haven't done a classic Who review for a while, so why not review this one, So, basically the Doctor and Sarah, Elisabeth Sladen, go to this, meditation temple and find, a group of people, meditating and praising some spiders and trying to summon them. So, basically, what happens is these giant spiders that come from the planet Metropolis 3 have grown big and powerful from these crystals that have enlarged in them. So it's radiation crystal from the Metropolis crystals that have enlarged in these spiders, and they can telepathically talk and control people. But also, a lot in the adventure, the Doctor comes across an old friend, his former mentor, Choji, who regenerates, and yeah, this was the first time regeneration was used. I'll get to that shortly. So, let's get on to... and of course, the Doctor must stop the giant spiders from, enslaving Metropolis 3 and taking the Earth. So, let's get on to the likes and dislikes about this one. First of all, the likes. I liked John Pertwee in this. He gave one great final performance, because this was his last ever story that he did, and that, because in the end, towards the end, John Pertwee, it just didn't feel the same anymore, because after the 10th anniversary special, The Three Doctors, he got his freedom back. He wasn't spending as much time with Nick Courtney, the Brigadier. Also, Katie Manning decided to call it a day, and his good friend Roger Delgado, the Master, was tragically killed in a car accident, and they got a new companion, Sarah Jane. So it just didn't feel right for him, and he just thought, maybe it's time for him to move on. And still, I loved the performance John Pertwee gave, especially in his final scene when he was about to regenerate, because the third Doctor, he was exposed to radiation crystals, and the radiation in the Metropolis crystals gave him poisoning, and that's what caused him to regenerate. This was also the first time they actually used the term regeneration, because the first few times it happened they just called it change. But they actually gave it a proper name, and that was regeneration. As we see in this serial, the Doctor's mentor, Choji, he regenerates. And, and he tells Sarah, explains the regeneration to Sarah and what will happen. And of course, he changes. And I thought that final scene with John Pertwee, laying there almost lifeless, I thought that was a great performance he gave, such a powerful end to his run, and that, and it was just, heartbreaking to watch, but still brilliantly done. And of course, the regeneration. Now, the regeneration, I guess, well, Pertwee's performance makes up for the lack of effects in this regeneration. I don't know whether it's because they ran out of their budget, or whether it was the effects at the time, but I thought the third Doctor's regeneration from the third to the fourth was a bit poor. He sort of faded away, John Pertwee, and Tom Baker emerged. I just thought, we've had better effects in this story than the regeneration. Did they run out or something? I don't know, but I thought the effects were poor, but still great end for John Pertwee. I also liked Elisabeth Sladen. This is Sarah Jane. She gave a great show as well, being the young, naive journalist we first know her as, but she became such a protector of the Earth in the end, as we see in the later run. But Sarah Jane was great in this. I enjoyed it. Now, the giant spiders. Well, first of all, I liked how they got like a common phobia and turned it into this whole thing. So the whole part of Doctor Who is being scared, and if you're scared of spiders, you'll like find this. But me, I didn't find the spiders scary. Probably because I've grown immune to these things. But I imagine in 1974 it must have been quite creepy and unsettling. But I could tell that these spiders were animatronic and they control people. One thing I also found a bit pointless in this story was there was a chase scene, and when the chase scene was happening, it made towards the end it kind of made it a bit pointless, given the powers that the spiders had. Yeah, I thought the effects were cheaply done, but it was the 70s, Back then it was probably groundbreaking, but now you do something. Oh, I could easily make something like that with a green screen, but don't forget this was the 70s. And that's anyway. Yeah, I enjoyed this story. It was a good end for Jon Pertwee. Somewhat dramatic, not as dramatic or climactic as they are now, the regenerations, but yeah, like I said, Jon Pertwee had a great final send-off, I think, in this story. And, I like the giant spiders, and the effects were not brilliant, but they were okay. Could have done a little more in the regeneration. So, giving you my final thoughts now, ratings. I'm going to give Doctor Who Planet of the Spiders, I think I'll give this a... Doctor Who Planet of the Spiders a 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5 for Planet of the Spiders. So, that has been my Who review. I have been Davros the Whovian. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are down below in the description. So until next time, run for your life.